How did you manage the early days of your teen's diagnosis with MS?
The initial shock is intense for obviously the child and for the parents and for the family. There's no denying that because your family's life completely changes. That grief is a heartache that's really deep. Grief came to me in the realization that there's no cure for MS. Fortunately, a lot of people can live really well with MS, and that's really important to know. And with the right treatment, right supports, your life doesn't end. There's a grief that the disease is unpredictable and it's cruel, and you're constantly on alert, or certainly as a parent, I was on alert for new symptoms and just not knowing what was going to happen next. So I'm always on tenterhooks. So there's a grief that comes from the worry of what's next. So my husband and I grieved in different ways and at different times. And it was important that we respected each other in that. And I think that there's wisdom in that for other parents who are supporting their teens. I'm very emotional and I needed to release that emotion. So for me, it was very important that I developed a support network for myself. I found a really great psychologist that I could talk to. I have a great supportive group of friends that I could release all my emotions to. I cried and cried and cried. And I found it was so therapeutic. I needed to release that grief so that I could then be emotionally grounded. And that allowed me to then continue to support my family, and all the other family members and all the other commitments that I had. I needed to get it out. Whereas my husband grieved probably more privately. So, I was very lucky that I had him, that we could work through this together. And it was challenging, but we stood by each other and made us stronger.